Good evening, Sangeeta here, Leadership Growth Mentor, and I welcome you all to this group where I have started live videos from today. I didn't know before this that I can start here and talk with you, everybody here as I will update you. This is about the mastermind that we all have on Saturdays 8 p.m. But otherwise, what I do is I do mentoring of leadership growth. People who are into the leadership positions or not, or they are upcoming team leads. Then those people can have this mentoring of mine, and they can be peaceful. I call it as workplace Nirvana. So while you work, you attain proficiency in whatever you do. You have some kind of specialty in your workplace, so that you become one of your kind. You are the only one who can deliver whatever you are doing. No other person can do the same thing. Of course nobody can do, but just think, in the emergency situations like COVID, when it happens, what happens? Like say, who people at the higher level who are the managers, they were laid off. Why? Because they were not in very essential services. They were managing if the business is going good. Don't you think? So if the business is going good, then if a person is there, then when the business goes bad, that person is not required. So that is the first thing you need to keep in mind, because thanks to COVID, that this has a mindset that you should bring in, whether you are required at all stages of the organization. That is the most essential thing. It doesn't matter which level you are in, but you are the most essential person who is driving business growth. Don't you think? So I have 3 secrets to that, and the first one is about you, who you are. So I call that as your one of your kind. Do this reality check with yourself. Where do you stand? You are a manager level who manages things, or you are at a productivity level where your productivity helps the company sustains. So that is the reality check. That is the first thing I tell you. The second thing is, be a pro in your stage, and to be a pro you have to love your job. Whatever you are doing, you should be able to love whatever you are doing. So that is the second thing, and in that actually people assess your credibility. So it is kind of building your credibility. How do you establish your relationship with others? How do you think that your success depends on them? So it is kind of establishing yourself as a person, as a family person in a workplace, which is you are very close to them, and you know that you provide that kind of security or that comfort level, which where nobody is threatened in terms of achieving efficiency, in terms of delivering one's duty, but one knows that he will become more, he will grow more. So that is the second thing I teach. And the third thing is beyond the final frontier. So it is not only at the workplace. So once you have achieved Nirvana at workplace, then you go on to become an entrepreneur, maybe, or do whatever you like. So everybody I have seen so far, every leader or every colleague that I have seen so far, they have at least 2 skills in them, which they like to stick on to. And if it becomes workplace necessity, and if it is can be utilized for the growth of that organization, nothing like it. So that is where your passion, if you can have your passion turn into your workplace necessity, then nothing like it. It is the dream job that you are having. So if suppose immediately you are not able to find your passion at workplace, what do? You know your passion, right? So what you can do is stick to that passion. Like, say, my passion is writing letters, writing stories. Writing letter is where I started from. In my like, say, I write small letters. It is not a big letters, even though I loved writing big letters also. But nowadays nobody reads a big letter, right? So that is my passion. How have I changed it into my workplace things? What I have done is I use emails to write everything concisely. The entire thing that you are doing, a project where you are impacting, like, say, lakhs of people. At the least you are impacting, say, thousands of people, and you are writing that into 3 sentences, maximum in a paragraph. A paragraph is what? 4 to 5 sentences. So that is the limit that I have established for myself. So in 5 lines I can convey the entire project that I am going to do in a year. So that has been my forte, I can say, and I have extended that passion to book writing. Now I am into implementation project, right? Implementations of community development work, which is about livelihoods of people, which is about affordable housing, which is about global issues like, say, climate resilience. And climate resilience entails lot of things in the livelihood space, that is also there. So how that is related to a book writing? What I do is I write small stories every day. Thank you, Amit. Thank you so much to be here, and thank you for the appreciation also. And I take this opportunity to invite you to our mastermind. Please don't miss at Saturday 8 a.m. So I'll remember to message you also about the Zoom link. So if you are hearing, say yes and thank you if possible. So please write that, and I'm so happy that you are here. So I have started this Facebook live here. Here I'll be doing every day around, say, this time at 10 a.m. so that you can be here, and we can also discuss. So whatever questions you have, also you can write so that I can reply to it. So coming back to my passion of book writing, which is what I also offer in the mastermind. If you come to my mastermind, you will see that I am offering each of you can be a co-author of my book. See, together we can write a book. So previously what was happening is one writer was writing a book, and mostly one book would be, there will be one chapter written by an author. So that used to be happening. So here what we'll do is we will combinedly contribute towards a book, and I will call the authors as Sangeeta's mastermind group. So if you don't have any objection to that, then that is what I'll be referring to all the authors. So all the authors are ever expanding Sangeeta's mastermind. So that is a new way of referring people in a group who has collectively contributed to something of essence. It is not about my authority alone, it will be authority in a collective manner. So that is what I am aiming for, right? Thank you. Thank you, Suasa. So I also will be sending. So this Saturday, ensure that you are in the mastermind so that we can have big time, and we will be collectively contributing towards the leadership growth of people. Whatever I have been learning these days in COVID situation, most of the people are depressed or are angry because of many reasons. And all my whole my life I have heard people cribbing about their workplaces, sometimes boss, sometimes colleagues, sometimes this, sometimes that, and also about life. Blaming doesn't help. uh, you all of us are wasting energy in complaining, right? So if we can, because we are here in a group, in a troop, we are in a troop right now, against war, no war of like say war of life, we can say the battle. We are all struggling at that. Why not collectively do that? So we can learn from each other and get going. So many people, my well wishers, say that I'm solving world's half the population's problem. So of course I know, but unless we are together, we cannot do it alone. And only 2, 3, 4 people contributing to something will not make much impact. It has to be together and collectively big. That is how we can become a huge impact makers. So that is my dream, and I know that all of you have big dreams as well, and let us combine that big dream. And see, another thing is, I have known a different kind of leadership. My leadership kind is the person who is proactive is a leader. A person who thinks collectively about the team is a leader, no matter in which position he is. He doesn't think about his own thing only selfishly. He thinks about the team. So that person is a leader. And whoever is one, he is remembered forever. If you observe that closely, see, leaders, vice presidents, and say CEOs, they are not remembered. They are not remembered by your children. You will not talk about them to your next generation. Your parents didn't talk about them. They talk about the immediate person who has impacted them. So if you think about that, then don't you want to become such a kind of person at workplace? That is what I call as workplace nirvana. So let us work on that, and that is what I expect of all the members, that they will be, say, they will be contributing, and whoever they want to invite to this group, they can invite. And what I do is, on Wednesdays I am conducting classes. That is not, of course, very free, but the first 4 classes will be free, and whoever wants to continue and whoever wants to pay at whatever time, flexibility is there. So first have your solutions. Whoever is joining that class, they can have their solutions, and then they can decide to pay, because it is just starting out. So they can take advantage of being the first batch. So that is what my offer is. And yes, please remember that I teach leadership growth with resourceful influencing method. And resourceful influence is what? It is about 3 things. It is about being a pro, it is about reality check, and it is about final frontier. So those are the 3 things with which we will try to decode our life, how we are going ahead with our life. Only these 3 things are required. And of course, establishing our own credibility is very important, and that is what we will be doing collectively. So please join my Saturday mastermind at 8 p.m. So that we can together deliberate and decide on how to go about it, and let us do it together. Thank you so much.